keep making things better, keep improving the system, because other parts of it are going to wear out after a while. People will catch on to this or they'll catch on to that. So you just have to, like in any business, you just have to make things better and better and better, because that's what everyone else is trying to do.
So everybody's trying to do. So you can see here the Z-score cascade. You can read about it. This is all in the GitHub. A lot of you already have access to this GitHub. So you can play around with these as well. I believe AI is a great equalizer. I'm just going to put everything out that I find and let everybody else cope about it. So I'll dig into these robustness tests deeply, Moondive. Let me start by locating and reading all the relevant files. Let me read the 3 key documents Moondive pointed me to. Okay. Now let me read the mean reversion strategy, README, and the detailed continuation robustness. Let me read the detailed continuation robustness. Okay, so what I want to go ahead and do is I want to go ahead and get her prepared here. Let's just look through the GitHub because I've got plenty of examples here. I go to Moondive Trading Bots. Okay, let's go to bot section here. You can see 2 weeks ago. Okay. Let's look for a fresher one, Hyperliquid. So I've got all the connections, whether you want to trade on Binance, Extended, Hibachi, Hyperliquid, Interactive Brokers. If you plug and play something, you're cooked, but you know, build all your own ideas and you can build anything here. So breakout, okay, breakout scanner, momentum DCA last month, HIP3 multi-scanner. I'm looking for a good example one here. It's one of the breakouts. Yeah, that's a solid example. Hyperliquid here. See what else we have here. Okay, these should be plenty of examples here for her to build this out. So that will be the next prompt I give her. Okay, let's go ahead and see what the top 3 are. I'm going to write down the top 3. So you can see here my top 3. So I've gone through all the 3 robustness records in full, the continuation, README, blah, blah, blah. The 3 different folders, how I judge least likely to be overfit. I ranked the evidence strongest to weakest, cross agent transfer with frozen params in a window where buy and hold lost money. The single hardest anti-overfit test if a BTC tuned strategy makes real alpha on ETH/SOL. It never saw. The edge is market structure, not a curve fit. Walk forward, add a sample where a sharp is over the in sample sharp, proves the edge isn't decaying. Cost survival with 3x commissions. So instead of 0.1, 0.6, it's round trip. Of course, 0.1 times 3 is 0.3 times 2. Okay. This is the documented make or break for all of these. Every one of these is a high turnover 5-minute scalp. The family-wide weakness is cost, not overfitting. Low drawdown, high profit factor, survival risk for live incubation, edge, diversity. Okay, these are the top 3. So A4 lick and balance reversion. Okay. So this one had out of sample 53%. Pick number 2 is 89% out of sample, sharp 5.92. So it's pretty good sharp. And then the third pick is the relative lick spike, which is 4.62 sharp. Okay, nice. So this is the most robust single edge in the entire data set, full stop. It's the only strategy that generalizes strongly at all 3 assets with frozen BTC params, okay? And then Z-score 1 is the best engineered continuation strategy. It replaces the fixed dollar amount liquidation threshold with a regime adaptive Z-score, okay? And then the relative lick spike. So these are all based off of liquidation data. So I have that liquidation data put on the API. I gave you the key. It's in the chat. I'll give it to you again if you're late. The one thing that decides all of them, every document agrees transaction cost plus fill quality on Cascade bars is the make or break. Spreads widen exactly when these signals fire. And 32% of bars are flat single print bars. So for incubation, I'd run truly small, 2 measured realized slippage per fill. Verse the backtest assumption and restrict the BTC, never XRP. So, all right, first off, we're going to only use BTC for all of these. We're going to use 3 different sub accounts here. Here's an example of how we set up the sub accounts. Put 1 on each sub account. We'll do those 3 above. So what I'm going to do is I have a good example of how I use sub accounts on Hyperliquid. I'm going to use Hyperliquid. If you don't know what Hyperliquid is, it is an exchange. You can see how all of the code you're going to need here in order to build something out like this. Build this into a new folder under the bot section under Hyperliquid. Essentially, you're going to see all of the code needed in order to set up the sub accounts. Okay, make sure any private keys and stuff are in the .env. Don't expose any private keys in the actual code. It's all in .env. Okay. Here are a couple example bots of building on Hyperliquid. So you have all of the infrastructure that you need in order to build out these 3 different bots, and each of them will be on a different account. And then tell me the account that you put them on, and then send me the full path.